𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗏. Welcome to another episode of 1111 Talk Show. And yeah, firstly, for the sake of this video, I think I'm going to remove my mask again. So sorry for that. Yeah. So happy to be out and about, and most importantly, it's really nice to have someone whom I have actually wanted to meet for a very long time now, especially after seeing his performance in Lunana A Yak in the classroom, right? That's what's trending right now. So we have 𝗂𝗂𝗏.
Hey guys, so nice to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. Like I was saying, like the movie was great, you were great in it. So yeah, congratulations to that. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm, you know, like I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. I'm someone like who cannot sit through a movie. Like, if the movie is 2 hours long, like I'll watch 1 hour today and I'll watch the other hour the next day. Like that's how I am as a person. But
You can't binge.
yeah, no, I can't. So that's why like I was really impressed because I like watched the movie in one sitting. So yeah, that's how great the movie was.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
so
so
it's so nice to meet you in person as well.
Nice to meet you.
It's pretty windy, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Do you want to sit? Maybe I think that's better. 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗵 𝗦𝗵𝗲𝗿𝗯 except proper 𝗵. So here's your first question, okay? So introduce yourself to us, but your introduction should not include your name and your profession of being an actor and a singer, because I think that's how we already know you as. So
Okay, that's a very difficult question because usually when I am asked to introduce myself, I usually say I'm 𝗂𝗶𝗁𝗏 and that's it. But yes, I'm a person who likes cars and computers. I love gaming. I love my pets.
what does those include?
My dog Solo and my 5 cats.
Oh my god. Okay.
Because of my sisters, but yes, I fell in love with them as well. So I'm a person who likes to actually do the technical things and be in the background more, and then yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's you. Okay, someone who is neither a cat person nor a dog person. That's how I'm going to define it as.
In between.
Yeah, an equalizer. But I think I really like that because everybody always keeps asking like, are you a cat person or a dog person, right? I'm neither, like I can be both, kind of a
Yes,
thing, like
The balance.
So, yeah. So in your introduction you mentioned your love for cars, and I remember you mentioning the same on 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏 and how your friends can like vouch for your mechanical expertise.
Yes.
So tell me about experience or a memory of you testing your mechanical skills that went kind of horribly wrong or that was funny.
Okay. So my first car was a really bad car, and I just chose it for its interior size. It was very spacious. So then it was a very problematic car, and it spent a lot of time in the workshop. So, and then I have an auntie who has a workshop, so I also spent a lot of time in the workshop looking after my car and helping the mechanics actually work on it. So that's how my knowledge on those things started. And then one funny experience that I had was one of my friends, that time I wasn't really well versed in this mechanical thing, so they were like, can you fix my car, it's not starting. So what I tend to do is I tend to check the most complex things first. I was like, oh, look at this battery, maybe it's the alternator, get me a wrench, I'll try to jump start it and all, no? And then last night, I think he hadn't fueled up and then he was running on fumes, but then I don't know if the gauge works or not.
Okay.
But I was trying to be all like, oh, I know this,
Yeah.
no? But the simple thing that was wrong was he didn't have enough fuel. So that was it.
I think with the escalating price of petrol and diesel, we can expect more of such cases in the
Low fuel.
workshops.
Yeah, but then he didn't inform me that there was no fuel or anything. He also was like, he just got his car and then not really taking care of it well. So yeah, the problem was fuel.
So E is like enough, huh? Not empty one. Okay, interesting. Again, back to your first interview, I think, that interview from 𝗂𝗏𝗀. You said that I think your preferred language when it comes to expression and expressing yourself is English.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But your love for music, for that matter,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it must have started in English, but we heard you sing like 𝗂𝗏𝗀 song first, and especially that original composition. Like,
Yes, yeah.
that to me was like kind of like a paradoxically intriguing thing. Like, you know, like how did that happen?
Basically, 𝗂𝗏𝗀, like I can speak it well. The reason why I said English is my preferred language is because my mom and dad are mixed. I mean, I'm mixed, so my mom is Nepali, and then my dad is 𝗪𝗪𝗃. So I can't speak 𝗪𝗪𝗃 well, and I couldn't speak Nepali well. So what happened? I was stuck in the middle with either 𝗂𝗏𝗀 or English. And then what used to happen was 𝗂𝗏𝗀 teachers were very strict in school. So I had a fear of speaking 𝗂𝗏𝗀 because of the fear that the 𝗂𝗏𝗀 teacher will put me on the spot. So 𝗂𝗏𝗀 was not an option. And then my dad speaks English, my mom speaks English, my sisters speak English with me. So I guess I fell into that. But then coming back to the music part, 𝗪𝗪𝗃 has always been supportive. He's the one who even got me into this acting. He said give it a shot. And then 𝗂𝗏𝗀 also, he tells me that I don't have the best pronunciations in 𝗂𝗏𝗀, but he told me just give it a shot, and then I guess it went fine.
Yeah, I think it really did. Another question would be, this is a pretty personal question, so you can even skip if you want to.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that, and I know everybody knows that you and Kelden
Yes.
both are musicians,
Yes.
and you also ventured into acting together,
Yes.
right? So, do you believe that similarities lead to compatibility as a couple?
Well, I'm no love guru, but Kelden and I am not very similar. So I'm very reserved, quiet, until I get to know the people, and then once I'm drunk, I'm like full out with them.
Okay.
But then sometimes I realized as I grew that that's not the way. But then Kelden and I am not similar at all. I need her to talk for me in restaurants, and I'm very, not antisocial, but I am
Selectively social?
Yes, selective. So I wouldn't say that having similar things that you like doesn't help. It does help having common things in between you guys, but yeah, Kelden and I am two ends of a spectrum.
Okay, so I think that's really interesting because it's like more of like we have shared interest and passion, but you still come back at the end to opposites attract.
Yeah. Opposites attract, yeah.
Let's come back to music, since we first knew you as a singer now, right? What was the first song that you learned all the lyrics to?
First song. My brothers were very heavy listeners of heavy metal, but since I was a kid, I didn't really like it. But I think the first song that I learned was what's that? That was Michael learns to rock. Hiding from the rain.
Oh,
what's the song? I don't know.
I think we grew up listening to that song on Kuzu FM.
Yes, it was very popular.
Yeah, it was really popular. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to sing?
No. Not right now. It's kind of chilly.
Well, that's gonna be something different. I'm pretty sure you never sang when you are chilly.
Yeah, because you get vibratos in wrong places.
Okay. You said that you're working on some compositions, English compositions, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So give us something, like anything on that. Because you just said, I'm working on some English compositions, but now I think we would like to know more.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody
So,
wants.
𝗪𝗪𝗃 and me sitting down, so he's very open to me writing in English or 𝗂𝗏𝗀, but I'm not very good at Dzongkha, so obviously. So what he has told me is to write things down in English, then we'll translate it to Dzongkha. So we have a few Dzongkha songs and also a few English songs, but then the English songs are on hold because I don't really think the youth will connect that well with English lyrics in a Bhutanese context. Yes, so we're holding off on that idea for now, but I think there's still a long way to go for me to have any of the songs produced and released. So yeah, that's all I can say right now because that's all we've discussed.
Okay, so are we looking at an album or are we looking at singles?
Singles,
right? So like you said that it's going to be a long way, for the sake of the listeners and for people who would love to hear you sing, how long is long?
How long is long? I've had these tunes in my repository for a very long time, and only now I'm getting down to it. So I think by long, I think it'll be like a year.
Okay. Okay.
Or sooner or later. You can never say.
Okay. So I think for our own sake and consolation, we will see sooner than a year we'll get to hear songs from 𝗂𝗂. Okay. Good luck on that, and I think you would look forward to hearing your songs. I'm pretty sure is it going to be on M Studio or?
Yeah, most probably on M Studio.
Yeah, but I think we'll get back to that when we are near to the singer part, right? One song that you are listening to on repeat right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't really listen to the most hip songs. Recently I was listening to Heat Waves, but then that died down. But Kelna and I have just been listening to old Mariah Carey songs, like Sweet Fantasy and what's that? We were on, babe. Basically old Mariah Carey songs, and Fantasy being the top list because it's danceable and.
Okay.
I just listen to that.
Okay, I'm imagining now. You're very good with lyrics, and then you're like, okay, what's the title of the song?
Yeah. Titles don't stick to my head. So I'm always like, what's this song? And then I either sing the tune or I say the lyrics.
Okay. You ventured into acting with Lunana A Yak in the classroom, and I was mentioning even in the introduction, congratulations to the entire team and thank you everybody for putting Bhutan on the Oscars map, you know? And like I was mentioning before, you're great. You are a natural, I think, in that. So, how did acting happen?
So one day, 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗃 calls me up saying, 𝗂𝗂𝗏, do you know 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗿𝗯? And I was like, yes, I've heard of him. And then he's looking for actors for a film who are musically good as well as acting. And then he was like, why don't you just give it a shot? I said no at first. Then 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗃 was like, there's no harm in trying, just give it a shot. So then 𝗂𝗂𝗏 contacted me, and then he was like, we'd like to have an audition. And I gave a first audition, and I just said, hi, I'm 𝗂𝗂𝗏, these are my likes, this is what I like to do. And then they really liked that. And after that we went into the second part of auditions, and then that also they liked. Then we went into the official auditions in Dorji Elements, and then the whole board liked that, the producers, the director, the DOP. So they chose me, and then I was like, I guess I can do it. That's how I got into acting.
Serendipity.
Yes,
huh?
yes.
It's but I think those moments were always the best. Well, you just go into it without any expectations, and then things just work out. Yeah.
But it's also the people I worked with the first time, though it was my first time, they were so welcoming, and I felt comfortable acting as well, because when you act and you know that there's a camera in front of you, it's very weird to do even walk once you say lights, camera, action, walk, even your walking will be funny.
Lights, camera, action, walk.
So it's really good to have people comfortable with you, like DJ. Like if you say walk right now, I'd be comfortable walking, but let's sit.
Okay. Like you said, it's your first time, and then of course it's really nice to have people you're comfortable to work with. Tell us about your first day on set in Lunana.
In Lunana?
Yeah.
First day on set, I was, since everything was new to me, but I've been in the background of things, so I was expecting it. So the only challenge for me was having the new crew members on set, not the ones that I'm used to, like the DOP, director, staff, coach, and there were other helpers, you know, the gaffers and all. So it was getting to know them and then be comfortable around them. And in my first scene, I had to pee in front of them. So pee didn't come easy. So usually it comes very easily, but so I had to take a fruity. They made a fruity. They cut out a fruity thing and then put a bigger straw in it, and then we filled it with water. So then I had to squeeze the fruity thing and pee like that. 'Cause I was a bit uncomfortable with just seeing the crew members for the first time. So that was a bit unnerving for me. That was the first experience on set. Other than that, everything was fine. Everything felt like I was supposed to do it, and plus director and DOP and everybody made me feel comfortable doing it. And then in Lunana, as soon as we got to Lunana, I was like, oh my god, how are you gonna do this? Because Lunana it's like totally flat, like it's like a salt. It has a sand. There used to be a lake, but then flooding happened, and so there's nothing stopping the wind. So as soon as we got there, there's wind blowing on our face, and then it's very difficult while we film. Like we can see now, we have to keep cutting it if the wind blows on us. So there's no blocking anything, and so we were like, oh my god, how are we going to get this done? But then that was the initial thought. But Lunana was a really great experience, and to shoot a movie up there really was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me.
So happy to hear that. That's from you. You know, like you said, like everybody would have thought the same, right? But hearing it from you having lived it, I think it's really nice to know. And yeah, even your first unnerving experience, the fact that you can laugh about it right now, I can see that it's stuck with you.
Yeah, there's nothing to do but laugh about it.
True that. Okay. So I'm not very sure if you saw it, but there are a lot of comments on the movie 𝗂𝗲𝗀𝗁𝗁 right now that people would love to see more of you in movies. So can we expect to see you more in movies?
The thing was, 𝗂𝗂𝗶𝗁 really set a high standard of how professionals work. So I'd be very disappointed to work with someone who doesn't give the same environment. Let's say I was spoiled on my first try. So you know a working environment when you meet someone, no? Like their personality, first impressions are really, it really stays in.
If it weren't for acting and singing, what would be an alternative career choice for Cheryl?
For me, well, I've always loved computers and tech and stuff, so I'd probably be into Bitcoin and also music with 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗁𝗁 and video. I've loved taking photographs of people and all things camera related way before Lunana, and Lunana really helped me fall in love with it more. So I'd either be doing video, doing something related to computers, or music. That's it.
So it either way comes back to music.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying this, but your 11th question now. Okay, so we're going to play a game. So I'm going to say a word, and you have to say the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay. Not good at this, but okay. We're doing this for the first time. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were asking me a question. Okay, yeah. You can start again.
Okay. Money.
Money. Nice.
Music.
Melodious.
Acting.
Complicated.
Lunana, the film.
Cold. Sorry. I thought you meant Lunana. Lunana the film. Fun.
Okay, so Lunana the place called, Lunana the film.
Fun.
Fun. Okay. Love.
Love. Yeah, love.
Did you say it?
Yeah.
𝗂𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃.
Oh, 𝗂𝗲𝗀𝗃. Wow. Thanks.
Okay, so you win, because I think I'm at last for words now. Too many trials and errors. Okay, so now let's end it with this. I think your philosophy on life, and given that especially you have ventured into acting for the first time, like what would your advice be to people aspiring to be an actor?
Okay, philosophy on life and...
Also an advice, especially to the younger ones listening to us.
Okay, that's tough, but...
You said the first ever question was challenging and the last question is tough. Anyway.
So, I'm nobody to preach this, but I think you just live your life. You die with your beliefs, so live it how you think it's correct. And there are some moral goods and moral wrongs, so you know what is wrong and what is right. So just live life believing in what you do, and don't regret that. I guess that's my philosophy on life. And advice on acting, I just did it for the first time, so I can't really be the person to get advice from. But from people that I have learned, it is put 100% into what you do and believe in it. Because if you have doubts during that time, then it won't work. Because there are scenes where we were like, we had our doubts, like, will it really work? And it never made it to the screen. So there are a lot of scenes like that. So I guess you need to create that environment, mindset. So yeah, that's my advice for acting.
It's for people who want to venture into acting, that you believe in yourself and then just venture into it. Is it?
Not just believe in yourself, but also have a mindset for it, and yeah, believe in that project that you're pursuing, and most of the times it might end up well.
Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you.
I mean, like, for bringing you here early morning on a Sunday when you have specifically mentioned that you're an evening person in one of your interviews.
It's alright.
We really appreciate you being here, and
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
This has been fun, getting to know you beyond being a singer and actor. So yeah, I hope you had fun too.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks for having me. Thanks DJ for shooting us. And I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, now we'll come back to you guys again with 𝗂𝗲𝗀𝗃 when he releases his songs, or when you have another movie.
Alright.
Or anything in between. So until then, thank you once again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Bye.
Until next time.